On this episode of SLEDHEAD 24/7, the Snowcross season opener is right around the corner, and we catch up with Polaris racer Ryan Springer as he preps for the upcoming national tour. Ride along as we evaluate some 2016 mountain sleds, and Jeff talks avalanche safety in the mountains with backcountry riders Rob Kincaid and David McClure. All that and more on this episode of SLEDHEAD 24/7.
Keep the counter steered and then just control it with your body weight. Just ready for another break.
Hey Sledheads, welcome to another episode of SLEDHEAD 24/7. If it happens on the snow, then you'll find it here first. I'm your guide, Carly Applin, coming to you from Pro Power Sports in Anoka, Minnesota. Now, I know we're all eager to ride, so let's kick off the show with a couple 2016 mountain sled evaluations.
We're on the mountaintop, sun's shining, having a hard time finding a little bit of snow, but hopefully we got a couple little secret spots we can go play in. We have great sleds, great riders. What more can you ask for, Shane?
Yeah, you know what? Hard to complain with blue sky and sunshine. Best mountain sleds from all four OEMs, some refinements to some existing chassis, some brand new chassis, and some of the best backcountry riders you could ask for. I'm excited.
So you know what? Let's get to it. You know, mountain to me, is just that. Basically get back in areas that normally we wouldn't be.
It's going out there and pushing yourself to the limit. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean the steepest and the deepest for everybody. I mean, you can be a mountain rider, and not be on the super gnarly stuff like you see on TV. You know, it's about being out there and, like I said, just pushing your personal boundaries. You know, getting somewhere where not everyone sees, getting to that, to that area that's off the beaten path.
You know, creatively speaking, your options are endless for riding that way. Side hills, cornering, carving.
The manufacturers are helping tremendously by giving us product now that is just second to none. Skidoo Summit T3 800R E-Tech. The deeper the snow, the better they are. They take a good rider and make them into a great rider.
One of the easiest sleds to throw around. It basically, with little effort, little counter steer, just falls over and you can get it on its edge and you can keep it there.
So easy to handle in the snow, the flotation is there. And as far as ergos go, the sled is, right on the top for me.
All of the Summit X's now come with the RAS2 front end combined with the T-Motion rear end. Basically just flat out works.
The way the track flex and the tipping of that rear just pulls through the deeper snow. This year, one change they made, which I really enjoyed, they made a 154 in the T3 package. So they have a 154 along with that 3-inch paddle track. Arctic Cat M series. We rode a lot of the 8000s. Now they've gone with team clutches, a primary and secondary with team. So durability is going to be way better, belt life's going to be better. So all in all, a great package.
Saw some amazing refinements. The front end was the biggest that we saw, and with that front end refinement was a new spindle, new A-arm setup, complete new geometry.
They angled back the spindles, made them more of a what they call a bone look. This new one slices through.
I rode last year's model and now this year's model, and I can definitely tell that there's a difference there.
Their new float action rear suspension, they added 1 inch more shock travel, handles the bumps and pops out on top of the snow much better.
When you can point at something and take a risk and come out successful, you really enjoy that. And Arctic Cat is basically packaged that into their mountain segment this year. The all-new Polaris Pro RMK 800 and the Axis chassis this year for 2016 is basically the only mountain sled that got a complete read-new design.
As everyone's heard a million times, flickability with this sled is brought to this next level with this new platform for sure. This sled is so responsive to what you want it to do.
It absolutely answered every question we had for it. It took a tried and true ProRide chassis and refined it into this, the things that worked with the ProRide, and moved it into this new Axis chassis and redefines mountain riding.
The new 800 motor, the lightweight crank, the thing revs quick. It wants to get and ride up on top.
408 pounds. That's pretty remarkable, I think.
I thought they had an amazing chassis from the get-go, and then to see the changes and the refinements that they made in 2016, I'm absolutely blown away. I cannot wait to ride this chassis even more and see what they can bring to the table in the future.
The Polaris RMK Pro is a purpose-built mountain machine. You can't get much better than that.
Congratulations to Polaris on taking home the 2016 SLEDHEAD 24/7 Mountain Sled Award. The new Axis chassis platform is sure to make you a better rider. Plus, check out their demo ride program. Why not try it before you buy it? Still ahead, we take a trip to the backcountry to talk about avalanche gear with Rob Kincaid and David McClure. Polaris Snowcross racer number 541, Ryan Springer, is stepping into the pro class this season. Does he have what it takes? Find out next on SLEDHEAD 24/7.
SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by AmSoil, the first in synthetics, Polaris, Terrain Domination, Arctic Cat, Share Our Passion, Skidoo Snowmobiles, FXR, World-Class Outerwear, and by Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7, the show all about snowmobiling. I'm your host, Carly Applin, and it's time to hit the backcountry to talk about the gear you'll need if an avalanche occurs.
Okay, we're out here in the backcountry enjoying a beautiful day. Joining me is Dave McClure and Rob Kincaid, both great, fantastic backcountry riders. I want to talk about one thing that's important to us, avalanche awareness and training, guys. And there's a few essentials for the safety end when you go out in the backcountry. SLEDHEAD 24/7, we're out riding in the mountains with our friend Rob Kincaid. And Rob and I, we were coming out with the group. We were going to go do an avalanche awareness segment. We didn't even get all the way out. We were riding in the trees. I got a lot of guys say, I don't need to worry about avalanche. I play in the trees. Well, here's proof in the pudding.
Dropped in and the whole mountain went, pulled my ABS pack, and luckily I rode out of this thing. Without the tools, you're just another victim out here, and everybody you're riding with has to have the tools too. You know, you need to be prepared with your equipment and know how to use it.
First avalanche I was ever involved in, I couldn't even put my probes together because I was just so jacked up, had so much adrenaline running through my body. The second avalanche I was ever involved in, I was helping other people keep them calm and collected because, you know, you got so much stuff going through your mind. You need to be familiar with this stuff. You actually need to get it out every, a couple times a year and practice with it. So when it's go time, you're ready to use it.
So as we're sitting here at lunch, I pulled out my probes and was doing a little bit of practicing. I believe that practice is good. Guy ought to be able to put them together pretty quick. The faster you are, the more time you can save.
Oh, did you see that? Didn't even hit.
And then another essential thing is having a really good shovel. The better it's built, the stiffer it's built. Either a steel or aluminum shovel, so it's not plastic, so it doesn't break. So that's why we have these avalanche backpacks. They have a good place for your shovel, your probes. Keep your stuff on your body all times. A lot of people get lazy and put them in the back of their snowmobile because there's access for it, but it doesn't do you a whole lot of good if your snowmobile is down there and you're down here and your buddy's right here. So keep your shovel with you at all times.
Yeah, this is the ABS avalanche backpack. This is the only avalanche backpack on the market that has two separate airbags. So if you're going down through an avalanche through the trees and one avalanche bag was to get punctured, you have a secondary one. This is the only one on the market that's that way. But irregardless, you got to have an avalanche backpack. You're getting more surface area to float you to the top of the avalanche as you come down.
Then beacons. There's a lot of beacons and they're all compatible, but do know how to use them. Keep it on your body. They have nice harnesses to keep it up and tight to your body. Another thing really important when you do go to search, make sure all the cell phones are off, as well as getting everybody onto search mode so that you're not finding your buddy who's already out of the avalanche. Between the beacons, the probes and the shovel, bottom line is be safe, be knowledgeable. There's a lot of instructors and courses out there that do teach avalanche awareness and safety. You know, go online, do some Google search, whatever it takes, because bottom line is, guys, know how to use your equipment, because I want to see you guys on the mountains.
Having avalanche gear is one thing, but knowing how to use it is another. We suggest to any flatland rider that if you're heading to the mountains, make sure to pick up your gear, know how to use it, and take an avalanche safety course. Plenty more ahead on SLEDHEAD 24/7. We profile Polaris snowcross racer Ryan Springer as he preps for his first season in the Pro Open class. Stay tuned. You're watching SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Carly Aplin. Now, every season we're invited to snowshoot. This is where the OEMs allow us to ride their next season models before they even hit the market. And well, here are some of the sleds we evaluated in the touring category.
This morning we're out on our touring segment. We have a vast majority of sleds from all the manufacturers. We want warm sleds because it's -10, Shane.
On those cold days like today, I couldn't be happier to be on these sleds. Heated seats, heated handlebars, large windshields, absolutely increases the ride quality.
We want a snowmobile that's going to be warm for us riding one person, two person, however it is. Trails are great, sun shining. Let's get at it.
The Skidoo Grand Touring SE 1200 4TEC is basically, in my opinion, the Swiss Army knives of the touring class.
We've always liked this as a touring sled. It's been a really nice machine. All the bells and whistles, all the creature features. They've added the Pilot TS ski, which is the adjustable ski, which takes that machine to a whole new level as far as handling.
It's got clickers on the front, quick adjust. You can move the carbide down for more aggressive bite depending on the snow conditions. And I think that's really going to come in handy on this sled.
And probably one of the biggest changes they made on this machine is the ITC, which is the actual electronic throttle, so it's cableless throttle. And what they're able to do with the mapping by that is they can change how the butterfly opens in the throttle body.
Definitely had the power. When you wanted it, I mean, the throttle response was crisp.
Engine noise was little to none. You hear more ski noise and snow flying off the sled than anything.
The silent drive system, which reduces track sound up to 65% and vibration up to 70%, making this the smoothest, quietest ride and allowing you to ride further without fatigue.
You know, combine that with the creature features of the heated seat, heated handlebars, a great windshield, comfortable, fit and finish. Your knees aren't bent up, your knees aren't rammed into the panels. You combine all those things and it's just really the ultimate package.
Arctic Cat Pantera 7000 XT Limited. Now this is an all new platform that Arctic Cat had put together.
The added width, the extra track, the added weight really kept that thing planted in the corners. I mean, the effort was just, you didn't have to put a lot there. It went exactly where you wanted it to go. It was incredible. I mean, it was like sitting on a full-blown couch.
Riding on the back of the Pantera was comfortable. It had a nice backrest, heated grips. It was super comfortable and I wouldn't mind hanging back there and taking in some scenery.
What was really nice, it had the largest windshield out of all of them, which was great.
A windshield that literally, when you stood to the side of the windshield, it was -10. When you were behind it, it was like stepping into an 85-degree sunny day.
Well, we're categorizing this sled in the touring, but I almost categorize like a touring / utility. You can be touring as well as pulling your fish house, pulling a sled, you name it, that machine's going to do it.
I always enjoy a nice long ride on a touring sled. All the extra creature features make it that much easier to go the distance. And congratulations to Arctic Cat for taking home the 2016 SLEDHEAD 24/7 Touring Award. Still ahead, Ryan Springer has climbed through the snowcross ranks pretty quick for only his third season racing. Does Ryan have what it takes to hang with the pros? Find out next as we catch up with number 541. Stay tuned.
SLEDHEAD 24/7 is brought to you by AmSoil, the first in synthetics, Stud Boy, traction with an attitude, straight line performance, Ziegler Cat, exceptional service backing the best equipment, the U.S. Air Force, Aim High, and by Speedworks, straight up USA horsepower.
Welcome back to SLEDHEAD 24/7. I'm your host, Carly Applin. This fall, we caught up with Carlson Motorsports Polaris Snowcross racer Ryan Springer as he preps for the upcoming AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Tour powered by Ram.
Ryan Springer here, number 541, and I race for Carlson Motorsports Polaris.
Your leader is Ryan Springer. And look at Springer go. The lead for him right now is 3.5 seconds. Ryan Springer has been on a rail for the last few races, and tonight is no different.
3 years ago would be my first full year in sport class. I ended up winning the championship, my first full year in ISOC, so I stepped up to the pro light ranks the following year. I was expecting just to make finals. The first day at Duluth, I didn't even make the final race. The second day, I won by 15 seconds.
The AMSOIL finish line for the victory. The 541 of Ryan Springer takes the AMSOIL Pro Light Division here in Duluth.
That proved to myself right there that I can do it. And I ended up winning the Pro Light Championship as well. So here I am, back-to-back champion, now the Pro Open.
You don't hear a lot about that nowadays, you know, it's more money driven per se, getting to this level to a point, you know, and Ryan is, you know, the typical Cinderella story. It's really cool. He's worked really hard, and Chris Carlson, you know, gave him the chance because he saw something in him, and you know, it's just cool, man. I like the story.
People genuinely resonate with how it all came about, how he showed up at ERX in a beat up old sled and didn't have a lot of help and didn't have a lot of money and didn't have a lot of tuning capabilities, but showed a lot of talent.
It's been a great season for Ryan Springer. Here we are in round 13 in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and he's headed for the podium once again. We may add rookie pro light rider Ryan Springer.
Yeah, it was tough. You know, my parents said, if you want to try snowcross, you're 100% all on your own. So I bought myself a 2008 trail converted IQ. Came up here to ERX. I entered the Grassroots Series on a Thursday night race. Then by the end of the season, I was racing Sport and Sport Open and winning those as well. Following year, I sold all the toys I had and bought myself a 2013 race sled from Nate Hench's. And I entered a few regionals, did like 2 nationals, and that's when Carlson Motorsports approached me, and I was on the team full time for the following year.
Just a top shelf young man. He's a hard worker. You know, a lot of people don't realize that he's out winning championships and getting on the podium on the weekends, but during the week he's a heavy equipment operator all summer and works his tail off. You know, he's got a great work ethic, and he's a solid young man, and that's what's really special about him, I think.
My daily job that I do Monday through Friday. I drive truck, run a little bit of equipment, fix a lot of stuff around here.
On the off days, I ride my road bike, and I also got on another team racing side-by-sides.
We're out here at ERX just doing some razor testing. Get a feel for the next race. Give you a little tour of what this thing has, and before I get my workout on and finish the rest of this day.
You know, last year I came in more physically fit than I did the previous year, and it showed. Well, now I'm coming in even more prepared.
We're here at Acceleration North, where my trainer Kurt Carbo kicks my butt in shape and get me prepared for the season.
Dig. Push.
And we're a sports training business. We train athletes from all ages, 9 years old to professional. Snowcross, motocross, we do it all.
Flow through your feet. Here we go. Up.
Yeah, Ryan's a special kid. He's got a motor on him that doesn't stop. So what I do is I come up with these creative workouts, both cardio and muscular strength, to push him both mentally and physically, and he just doesn't stop.
I'm really expecting to do pretty well. I think a lot of people believe the same thing.
I know he's going to come in with confidence. That's never a problem with Ryan, and I think he's going to surprise some people. I think both of our riders will.
For the most part, you know, as long as you believe in your program and your team and stuff, then you know your only job is to just drive.
We have the perfect combination. You know, we're on mods, we got a great team. Just to get out there and run with these guys and not back down, because I'm the new guy in the block. I'm gonna get pushed around, so I'm gonna be aggressive, you know, right back at them and do the best I can.
We will likely see Ryan up there on the podium, but does he have what it takes to hold off a legend like Tucker Hibbert and a young talent like Cody Cam? I guess we'll find out. That's all the time we have for you for this episode of SLEDHEAD 24/7. A huge thank you to Pro Power Sports for having us out today. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube page for the latest and the greatest in the world of snowmobiling. I'm your host, Carly Applin, and from all of us here at SLEDHEAD 24/7, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the snow.
Pull this motor out.